as an entrepreneur who's starting to get success in your business, you've got a really interesting situation right now. So here's the thing. You're probably somewhat frustrated. You're probably wishing there was somebody you could just hand all the parts of the business over to that you don't like, that you don't do all that well, so that you can do those things that you love. And that's perfectly understandable. Let's talk about the path that you can take at this point in your management career, where you started to get some success. You're trying to figure out what path you should take long term, because some of the decisions you're making right now are going to determine how quickly you get to that long-term situation and what that long-term situation will look like. If you don't do these things correctly right now, what ends up happening is you end up staying in this frustrated stage far too long. And that's what creates entrepreneurial burnout. So what we're going to talk about today is your possibly future role in your own company. All right. So there's a bunch of different paths you can take. You can have one where you basically give the whole company over to somebody else and you just do that one thing that you do well. That's great. There's another path that I think is a superior path that I think that I want to introduce to you today. It's not like a real strong introduction because you've already thought of this, but I want to tell you a little bit more about it to get you thinking about that, to get you thinking about the things you can do. So as you look forward in the future, I have a dream for you. That dream is that you're doing two things as the head of your company. Number one, you're doing your genius work. Okay, so what in the world is genius work? Genius work is work that fulfills two criteria. That's easy for me to say. Okay, work that fulfills two criteria. The first one is it's something that you love, that you're invigorated by. To go back to the old story of the pie maker. They just love to make pies. They just want somebody to market the pies with them so they can come in every day at 4:00 and make these gorgeous pies and sell them, because that's what they really love. That's what's invigorating. Number two, it's something that you do it better than anyone else in your company, and probably something that you do better than most people in the world. That's genius work. Something that you love, something that invigorates you, and something that you do at a world class, or at least like state class level, where you do it really, really well. All right. So that's the first thing that I dream of you being able to do, is genius work for you. And everybody's genius work is different. But the second one is probably more important than that. And that is, you're the visionary for your company. You're the one who has the vision of where the company should go, what the company should be doing, and most importantly, what it is that you provide for your customers. So that requires you to have insights into those areas. The insights into, hey, I had this dream in the middle of the night and I really think this is a direction we should be going. Or here's something that I can see that's happening in the marketplace and I want us to be there. Or here's an opportunity that exists in the marketplace and nobody's filling it. I want to be the company that does this. Next, you're the person who provides the direction within the company. So I used an example of Elon Musk. So Elon Musk, if he walked into one of his big boring tunnels and sat down at the machine, he can't tell you what button to press to turn the machine on. He certainly can't tell you what button to press to send a man into space. His job is to stand up in front of the cameras and say, we're going to Mars. That's his job. He provides the direction based on the insights that he can see in the marketplace. And not only is it we're going to Mars, but we're going to Mars because we're making reusable rocket parts. Now, he didn't necessarily come up with that idea himself. He hired some engineers who told him, hey, we should do it this way. And so not only are we going to Mars, but we're also going to change the world by using electric cars. And not only are we going to change the world using electric cars, we're going to use solar to give battery packs to do that. And we're going to build high-speed transportation systems that go under the ground. And we're going to Mars. He is the visionary doing that. And his job is to be motivational. Now, you may not be this person. You may not be the person who can motivate other people. That's fine. You can hire somebody to be the motivation. But as long as you are figuring out what your vision is for the company, which is based on your vision for your customers, which is based on your vision for the world. Now we're in a very interesting situation. Now, I totally recognize you may not be that person. You may want to walk into the bakery at 4 o'clock in the morning, bake gorgeous pies, and go home at 10 in the morning, not at night, in the morning. And that may be what you love. And if that's the case, that is just fine. I'm talking right now for those who are trying to build a multi-million-dollar business that changes the world. And it can be that you're trying to build a business that changes the world, that it's going to have to be a multi-million-dollar business to do that. But that's the kind of thing that I'm talking about. Now, here's the thing that happens. Here's the reason why I say it's important for you to have that vision, that dream early on. Because what happens is, who do you hire? A lot of people, when they're at this situation, they hire people to do the stuff that they hate. My suggestion is that you work on building a team that can make that vision of you doing your genius work and being a visionary. You are hiring people that enable you to be able to make that dream come true. So it can be that you're hiring people to do the things that you don't like, that you don't do well, that need to be done for your company. Those are all important things to have in your company. But here's the thing. You need to hire people who have the capability of allowing you to become that visionary and to do your genius work. Now, most of the people who you hire won't be hired into roles that will enable you to do that. And they certainly won't be ready yet to help you do that. And so if you're just hiring somebody, you're making necklaces by hand and you just need somebody to ship them out, to take the orders off of Etsy, print out the little packing slip, put them in a box and ship them out. Well, as you hire that person, that's great. But make sure that the person you hired to do that is someone who is capable of allowing you to eventually do the genius work and become the visionary for your company. Now, here's the thing. Sometimes we guess wrong when we do that. Some people will prove themselves incapable. So I was just talking to somebody a minute ago who said she ran a multiple 8-figure company. And her COO in her company was originally her receptionist. Now, not every receptionist you hire is going to be groomable to somebody be the COO in your company. But every one of them should be hired with the intention, and look for that person who has the capability to do that as you hire them. If they don't work out, if they prove themselves incapable, that's great, because now you've got an opportunity to try again. So you shed them, you let them go to a place that's right for them, where they can just be a receptionist and their boss will be happy to just have them be the receptionist for the rest of their life. That's not the right person for the team that you are creating. But everyone you hire should be in the mold of the person who has a capability to fulfill the job 3 to 5 levels above where they are right now. That's what you're looking for as you're hiring. We don't hire for skill. We hire for attitude and interest and capability. That's what we're looking for. We train the skill. All right. So, how about you? Are you a person who wants to be a visionary? Are you a person who wants to do your genius work? Or are you just looking for somebody to take over and do the stuff you hate to do? Either one, both of them are fine. There's multiple paths here. I just wanted to show you a vision of what I think would be a really cool thing for you in your life, if that is right for you. Let me know your thoughts. Is this right for you? Put them in the comments. This is Don Crowther saying, just go do this stuff.